Supreme self-confidence. I was taught a technique around probably 20 years ago now that absolutely changed my life. It was a time in my life when I had panic attacks. I would feel extremely socially anxious. I really struggled in social situations. And I remember being in a job, I was in a design team at the time where we had a responsibility to build out the ranges for homeware. So we were developing cushions and bedding and curtains and things like that. And I remember being asked to do a presentation to explain to other areas of the business what our design team did. And it was to justify our existence, basically. So I had to write a presentation and then deliver it to a room full of people to say what we did. And I was absolutely terrified. And my friend at the time recommended a CD, because this is how far back it was. A CD, for those who don't know what a CD is, a little bit of plastic that you put into a CD player and it plays. And I'm joking. I know you all know what a CD is or was. And she gave me this CD, and it was Paul McKenna, who was a hypnotist kind of brain person who would like reprogram your mind. And the CD was called Supreme Self Confidence. And there was a technique that I learnt, which I still use today. And I want to share that with you. So this is perfect for preparing for a show. So when I had my art show, I did this. Preparing to launch a book, which I've used it for. Preparing to host huge online events with thousands of people signing up. I've used it to prepare for social situations where I need to just be present and I feel anxious. So I've used this in so many different scenarios now throughout my life. And it's the brain association technique. And it's really simple. What you do is you close your eyes and you imagine the situation that you want to feel confident for. You can use it in two ways. You can use it that way. So I would imagine my talk. So this is how I used it for the talk that I was doing 20 years ago. I had to stand up in front of people. I had my slides. So I would imagine myself, close my eyes, and I'd imagine myself. My body posture is strong. My shoulders, my head's high. I'm talking confidently. My words are coming out. They're flowing. I'm not flustered. I feel great. I'm calm. I'm looking at everybody in the room. I'm smiling. There's a lot of laughing going on and everything's good. And that's how I would visualize. And if you can't visualize, the same can be done through feeling. Like if you have an idea, how do you come up with that idea? And you do replicate the same kind of feelings. And the more you can put feeling to it, so the more you can be in that moment feeling the excitement of being in the room, or the calmness, whatever that is for you, and you're feeling confident. At that point of feeling confident, you press your thumb and finger together, and you do that every time you feel that confidence. And so you can also do it the other way, where you if you can't really imagine it because you're so scared of the situation, remember a time when you have been confident in your past. Remember a time when you were in a conversation and it was flowing and you felt really good. So recall that and relive that feeling. Relive, like I was walking the other day out the car park at the shops, and for some reason I just felt really confident, and I could recall that moment and press the fingers together, the thumb together, and embody that feeling. And you can keep it simple like that, or you can play with this and make yourself radiate a color when you're feeling confident. And you can play around with it. I just keep it simple. I just imagine myself and I imagine the feeling. The feeling is the most important. Like, I feel confident. And you can say it out loud, I am confident. So that has been a game changer. And if you do that every day for about 2 weeks, because it's brain association, it trains your brain. And then what happens is, when you then press your thumb and finger together, if you're feeling like I'm having a wobble. So when I did that presentation, I did it every day for 21 days. And then when I did the talk, I cannot tell you how confident I felt. It was mind blowing. And there was one moment where I stood and I just thought, I had a bit of a wobble and I forgot what I was going to say. And I just paused. And this is the great thing with the thumb and finger, is that no one can see you doing it. And so I stopped and I just pressed my fingers together and I took a breath. And my whole body was like, oh, this is when we feel confident. And I just got back to it. Now, this was at a point having panic attacks and extreme anxiety. And I stood up in that room and I delivered that presentation. What happens then, once you have one experience that has been great for you, is you have the evidence then for your brain. So the next time I want to prepare for the next talk, I can use the thing that actually worked. And I can recall that. Remember the time, Michelle, you did that talk. This worked. And remember how confident you felt in that moment. Press it together again. And it's this reinforcement all the time that will bring you back to this power of just pressing your fingers together. And I've used it so many times in a social situation where I've been caught off guard, and I might be in a group of people and someone's put me on the spot and asked me a question, and it might just throw me and I panic, and I just take a breath and press my fingers together. I used it in my show. As I said, I was having a group show, and I was absolutely terrified. And I used that. I kept practicing in the run up before. And so if I have an event, if I have something that's coming up, I will always spend a couple of weeks doing this simple practice. It takes 5 minutes every morning or evening or whenever you want to do it. And then I do it religiously every morning. And then throughout the day, if there's a moment like now, or I feel really confident, I'm going to press these together. I feel great and I'm talking and it's brilliant. Now my brain's going to remember that. So when I'm not confident, I can press these together and it's going to reinforce. It's such a beautiful safety net, and try it. Just try it. You've got nothing to lose. Supreme self-confidence. So when you see me doing that, you'll know now. Not that, but just pressing. Okay, my friends, have a really, really confident week, and let me know over on social media. There'll be some posts, so just let me know, email us, let me know if this works for you. If you have something coming up, try it for 2 weeks, reach out to me, let me know if it worked, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye.